for the grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Dear Mrs. Acevedo, dear family, friends, this day, this evening, I celebrate for Joe Acevedo the holy sacrifice of the Mass. We already said our rosary for the repose of his soul, and with this Mass we pray that any punishment due to him will be remitted, that he may receive all the great mercies of our Lord. As we know, the holy sacrifice of the Mass is the continuation of Calvary. And from the cross, when our Lord died on the cross, he took away sin. He opened the gates of heaven. And so he asks all of us now to come so that we may have administered to our souls his blood. And that blood is given to us, first of all, in baptism, cleansing of our soul from original sin. Second, through penance, in case we have offended him in our life, so we go to the sacrament of confession. And then thirdly, through the Blessed Sacrament, when we receive our Lord, body and blood, his body and blood purifies our soul once again and strengthens us. And even Holy Mother Church at the end of our lives allows that the precious blood be applied to us once more through the sacrament of extreme unction, whereby all of our senses are purified. Those of you who know this beautiful sacrament which Joe received before his death, the purifying of our senses, that would be the smell, the sight, the hearing, the touch. All of these senses are purified because we do sin with them. We know that. And so that must be purified before we go before God. So there's many times in our life, through the sacraments of Holy Mother Church, that the blood of our Lord is applied to our souls. So with this holy sacrifice of the Mass this evening, we wish for all of this treasure of grace and mercy through the precious blood of our Lord Jesus Christ be applied to his soul so he can wing his way fast to heaven. Of course, nothing's revealed to us about how fast the soul goes to heaven, because there is a place in God's mercy that he's established called purgatory to purify our soul when we haven't purified it enough in this life. The consolation we have as family and friends is that Joe suffered at the end of his life. He received extreme unction. He received the blessed body and blood of our Lord. So his chances are greater to go straight to heaven. The extreme unction, when received of the right charity, has the ability to wipe away all our temporal punishment in purgatory. The debt taken away. It's a plenary indulgence, we call it. And even if we receive the extreme unction a week, a month, 2 months before our death, there's another blessing called the apostolic blessing which he received, which kicks in at the end of our life when we're dying. This is a blessing given by the Pope through all of his priests for many, many years now. What a great grace. He gives us a plenary indulgence. And remember, dear faithful, the plenary indulgence is the removal, again, of all temporal punishment due in purgatory. So we are greatly consoled. He's received the great helps of Holy Mother Church. And that's what we want to do at the end of our life, is to follow the example of Joe Acevedo, a good Catholic. You know, I heard two men talking on the train today as I rode down to Oceanside from Union Station. And they made this comment, which I think is applicable today, and I thought of Joe immediately. They were talking about some business that let go of its employees because they weren't needed. And then they made the comment between the two of them, now why were they working in that field if they're not necessary? And I thought, you know what? Joe in his life, all that he did for his family and his wife was necessary. It wasn't useless. I can see if I'm in an occupation whereby, what's the purpose of it? If I could be laid off the next moment or whatever, what's the purpose of that? But not Joe. He couldn't be laid off from his responsibility at the very end. He wasn't useless. And you all know that, family. We all know that as his friends. He was not useless in his vocation as a man, as a father, as a husband, as a Catholic. May we all take a good example from this, that our life as Catholics, as men, as husbands, as fathers, is not useless. Otherwise, let's go somewhere else. It really has meaning and purpose. Look at all of you. This is a great testimony of who loved him, who liked him, who prayed for him, who was his friend. Some of you came hours to get here. So it's not useless. And now, he's on the other side of the fence we talk about. Why? So he can intercede with the Father for all of you. So you can go to heaven. It's not useless. This life is for one purpose. It's to go to heaven, to see God. And now we need as many people on the other side to intercede for us. What a beautiful thing when our grandparents and our parents can go before us. Still the troopers, the leaders, to tell us what to do and where to go. Come follow me. It's not useless. Otherwise we should be in some other job. But fathers, take the heart. You husbands. You have such a prime vocation. It's a beautiful vocation to lead souls to God. And that's all Joe did with his life. Oh, yes, we look at his faults, right? He didn't do that right, he didn't do that right. That's just human. Did he go to confession? He certainly did. Did he go to communion to try to keep that union with our Lord in that purity of heart? He did. Did he pray? He certainly did. And that's all we have to do. All we have to do. Just stay close to God. Make use of the means that he gives you. Follow the example of our leader, Joe Acevedo. You know, if he was here, he'd come back and talk to us. What do you suppose he'd say? It's worth it. It's worth it to suffer and die for Christ. Look what I have, all these treasures of heaven. If he could reveal to us just for a brief moment what he's received after all of his travailing in this life, unfortunately, he wouldn't want to come back. But he would want all of us to follow him. That I know. So let us pray that his soul can wing its way very fast to God, that once in heaven, this soul is going to be a mediator for all of us. I can just imagine how he says to our Lord, oh, I'm so grateful for Father Burfitt. I'm going to watch over him for the sacraments he brought me. Oh, I'm going to watch over Leisha, my wife, and all my children, my grandchildren, my friends. He knows what you've done for him. He knows what you're doing for him by being here tonight. Do not forget him. When you go to the cemetery with us tomorrow, keep praying for him. In the future, every anniversary, pray for him. And he will not forget you. He will be indebted to you. And that's very beautiful. It's the communion of saints. Church triumphant, all those souls in heaven, with the church suffering, with souls in purgatory, and with the church militant, that's all of us. We're fighting our way through this life. Today we wear black. I know not many Catholics are used to black anymore. Why black? Because we're mourning. We've lost someone we love. We're also separated from him. And so black is a sign of separation, of mourning. It doesn't mean something sterile or without life. It's rather the opposite. It shows us of the next life, something higher. This life we finish for something greater. We're not atheists. There's an end to our life, and there's something greater. That's why God created us. We know this from our catechism. God created us to know him, to love him, to serve him. So black is just showing an end of a certain existence for a better existence. We mourn, and I blame not Licha if she wanted to go for a few months wearing black. That's her right as a widow, to show that she's mourning for her husband, as long as she likes. Hopefully not longer than a year, because she must move on. But nonetheless, there needs to be closure. And black gives us closure. Tomorrow's ceremony of committal at the Veterans Cemetery. Committal gives us closure. Joe's gone. We lay him to rest. We let him be for the general resurrection. At the end of time, he'll be reunited to his body and soul. We do that. We leave him in peace. Rest in peace. Requiescat in pace. R.I.P. We write that on many things. R.I.P. Requiescat in pace. Let us pray well. Don't forget to pray to Our Lady of Fatima, who is our sure guide through this rosary, through this Mass, to doing everything that her Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, wants from us. And so ask her intercession for Joe this evening. And I pray that you can keep up your corporal and spiritual works of mercy by not only praying today, but joining us in prayer tomorrow, and then keeping up your good works for the deceased. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.